Greetings, fellow Cleftlanders. This is a tune by Conant Musée called When I See Winter Return, which is a celebration of cocooning in the 14th century when the wintry winds closed the roads. I don't think any of us are that excited about cocooning at this point.
Here opens the court of Crispin and Gianna, Baron and Baroness Cleftlands.
Hail and well met, and thank you to all the performers that have lent their talents to set the mood for us this evening. That had circumstances been otherwise, might have seen us out of doors after a day of melees and tournaments, of bent bows and loosed arrows, of classes and craft fairs, and of course, bocce tournaments. Seating ourselves for what would be the evening court of North Oaken war maneuvers, bearing tidings of love for all of their subjects from their royal majesties as they have bid us to do. Instead, on this day, by way of the ethereal realm, we ask you to imagine and sit with us and let the world slip, as I, Baron Crispin, and our fair Baroness Gianna, bid you welcome to our virtual court and watch party.
Hold that thought, Your Excellency. This is not precisely how I had envisioned Northern Oaken War Maneuvers Court happening this year. I expected fair weather and adequate parking and absolutely no mosquitoes. That would have been phenomenal. Oh, and this is not a cicada year, in case anyone knows. It's not until 2033. So NOWM is safe for years to come.
That's good.
Thank you. Regardless, I do believe that we actually had some baronial business that we wish to discuss. Is this true, Cadvan? Our seneschal, I had heard, or at least received, his notification that he was resigning.
What? How dare he? Cadvan, do you have anything to say for yourself?
I do, Your Excellencies. If I may address you and your populace.
You may.
You may.
I have served the barony of the Cleftlands as its seneschal for 3 years and 2 months. And at this time, I feel it is only right for me to relinquish the office and for a new seneschal to take my place, who will be the 16th seneschal of the barony.
Who did you have in mind for this transition?
I believe that the barony would best be served by Lady Clarissa de la Mare being our next seneschal.
I think that we can agree with this. We like her very well, and she's a very organized person. I think that she would do an adequate job on this.
Lady Clarissa, is it still your desire to be seneschal of the barony of the Cleftlands?
Your Excellencies, it would be my honor.
The honor would definitely also be ours. Cadvan, is there anything that you require before you exit the office?
Only to convey my thanks to the populace of the barony of the Cleftlands for allowing me to serve you in this fashion for the last 3 years. I hope that I have done an adequate job and have served you well. And I would also like to thank Your Excellencies. We've worked closely together for the last 3 years, and I've enjoyed our time together in this working relationship that we have. I would especially like to convey my thanks to you, Baroness Gianna, for I would not be in this role, and I would not have stepped up into this role had we not had a conversation about 3 years ago, where you spoke to me about what it meant to be seneschal, and that perhaps I might like to apply for the job, which obviously we all know how that turned out. So thank you for your initial motivation to get me into this position, and thank you for your constant support over the years. You were my predecessor as seneschal of the barony, and you became my baroness, and I was very proud to follow you in that.
Your words mean so very much to me. In and of that, I do believe that the courier that I sent earlier today has given a parting gift for one of my favorite Englishmen.
Oh?
Oh, indeed. Hopefully the courier is nearby with my parting gift.
It's on its way.
Now, we did get this correct, didn't we?
Surprise.
What?
We found you a good English beer.
We wanted to make sure that you had a drink of your choosing, but we couldn't actually remember what nationality your persona was. So there's a selection of good English beers or Scottish beers, and I think there might be an Irish beer, but in a pinch, there might have been a Welsh beer in there, but it might have come at the expense of a Sharpie marker.
Thank you, your excellencies. This Welshman thanks you very much for your generosity. Thank you very much. There is one last order of business that I have, if I may, and that is turning over this medallion to our next seneschal.
Yes, please. Go ahead and pass over the tokens of office.
I would like to first say that this medallion, the token, the device of the seneschal is a gold key on a red background. This particular one was made for the barony of the Cleftlands, and you can see on the reverse side that it does have the populous badge of the Cleftlands on it. This magnificent medallion was made by the hand of Master Millicent, 3rd Baroness of the Cleftlands, for the office of the Seneschal. And I would like to pass this on to Lady Clarissa, and may it serve as the official token of office of the Seneschal of the Barony of the Cleftlands for many, many, many years to come. Shh.
Thank you again for your service, Cadvan. We look forward to seeing you enjoy your freedom, but not so far that you're not still shooting for the barony.
Oh, yes, he's not released from that yet.
Yeah, you're not released from being the archery marshal yet. And in fact, what are you doing next NOWM?
I believe I will have to discuss that with the event steward, Your Excellency.
That sounds like a phenomenal idea. May it not be me. On that note, Harold, may we go ahead and please look for the first person on our court list. I know my writing is a little bit hard to decipher, but I did take a moment to look for a wanted poster. Our first item of business, do you happen to know this person?
I do, Your Excellencies. Their Excellencies call forth Lord Rohan the Wanderer. Hear the words of Crispin and Gianna, Baron and Baroness Cleftlands. We wish to honor one who makes an effort to learn and teach within our lands. Therefore, we recognize Rohan the Wanderer with our award of the Argent Crescent for his diligence teaching and sharing the culinary arts. Done by our hands this 13th day of June, Anno Societatis 55, at Northern Oaken War Maneuvers in absentia. The scribe is Lady Miriana of Cleftlands.
Thank you, Lord Niall. And most importantly, thank you to Lord Rohan for all of the teaching that you have done. And I am terribly sorry that I have missed a fair number of your classes, but they smelled delicious. And I wish I was there. Okay.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay. On to the next order of business, if you please, Harold. Again, I know that, again, my writing is poor, but I do have another visual aid. Do you happen to know who this person is?
Might be slightly familiar. Let me check my notes. Their Excellencies call forth Noble Rin the Red. Observe the words of Crispin and Gianna, Baron and Baroness of Cleftlands. It is proper to honor those who make efforts to learn and teach the arts which enrich the splendor of our fair barony. Therefore, we wish to recognize Noble Rin the Red with an award of the Argent Crescent. All may know them by their badge, fieldless, a crescent argent inflamed proper, within and conjoined to an amulet argent, ostensibly gules. Done by our hands this 13th day of June, AS 55, as we shelter from the plagues and the Northern Oaken War Maneuvers. Scribe Baroness Gianna.
So, Rin, I have to apologize for being so devious, and certainly you would understand. I wanted to make sure that there was both a scroll, but I understand your diligence in the arts, and I also wanted to provide something that would be more useful within your persona. So I did contact Duchess Runa, and she has created a token visibly that you may be able to wear, so all of us will know as well. And this is a red belt with a stenciling, and currently upside down and probably backwards, but it does say fire in Saxon. So this and the scroll are yours to keep, and we appreciate your art considerably, and we look forward to seeing all that you have to offer again.
Y'all, could you call up our next bit of business?
Wait,
Oh,
no,
wait.
can you, is my writing clear, y'all?
I think, but if you have a little assistance, it would be appreciated.
All right, let's try this again. Have you seen this particular character?
Definitely.
Please.
Their Excellencies call forth Duke Eichbrander Solgyafi. To provide more drink than one cup can hold takes great effort. Eichbrander Solgyafi does such work and is worthy of word fame. Let him be known among our Order of the Azure Chalice. Scroll by Sergeant Nyong'el.
Duke Eichbrander. This was a long time coming on this choice for this award. You mean so much to the barony, and you have for such a long time. From the time well before I joined, you have been instrumental in setting the tone for the fighting community, the arts community, and just leadership in general. You are definitely one of the foundational rocks of the barony, and we hope that you will continue to be a guiding light and to continue to expand your works, as we know you will.
So I think we might be done with court. Oh, I'm sorry. Since we do actually have you captive here, Niall, thank you very much for carving the stone. We'll have Crispin show it here again in just one moment so you can see it. As the back of the stone is where most of the magic happens.
Amazing work, y'all.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Excellencies.
So
All right.
I believe that
I believe that we might be done.
that does sort of wrap up our business. I know we had some closing statements, I believe, from
Lady Clarissa, did you have any
I
business?
think that there was one last order of business actually I have in my notes. I'm not sure if you have that.
Oh, I see it here at the bottom of the stack.
Oh.
Harold, just one moment. I think we missed one person. Could you actually call this person into court for us?
If I knew who that was, I would.
Huh.
it is. How do we explain this?
Have you considered looking in a mirror?
Not normally, no.
Call Sergeant Niall for us, please.
Indeed.
Their Excellencies call forth Sergeant Niall.
If you would please read the award.
Can you see the awards text? It's not in your notes, just by the by, but I'll go ahead and read it for you since you're otherwise busy. Pay heed to the words of Crispin and Gianna, Baron and Baroness of Cleftlands. It is proper to honor those who make efforts to learn and teach the arts which enrich the splendor of our fair barony. Therefore, we wish to grant Lord Niall, please say your last name,
Regvigia.
our award of the Argent Crescent and the right to bear the badge, fieldless, a crescent argent inflamed proper, within and conjoined to an annulet argent ostensibly gules, done by our hands this 13th day of June, AS 55, as we shelter far from the plagued battlefields of the Northern Oaken War maneuvers. Please hit next. There is also a second bit of magic and shenanigan that goes with this scroll, and it will be a leather case that someone is working on at this moment for your stone carving tools. And it will be glyphed, now honor Niall with your bad last name, skilled carver and crafter of stone. We, Crispin and Gianna, here grant him the award of the Argent Crescent. Okay, back up.
Thank you, Your Excellencies.
It has been both our pleasure and quite the nightmare to make this arrangement of everybody working on everyone else's awards in secret. I have only been witness to this one other time with myself and Lady Ginevra. Try not to say my own name, so sorry. But I do believe that concludes our court business.
I believe it does. We want to thank you all for joining us. It has been a challenge, but it's been fun, and I hope that you all enjoyed this all as much as we have. Until next year, when we can hopefully reconvene on the fields of NOWM, we wish you well. Thank you.
And we hope you do actually enjoy the final two Bardic presentations. Thank you so very much.
Dedicated to Julian Beecham and to our most dangerous Baroness. Rose of Cleftlands, sheathe your thorn, how like a sword it pierces me. I must shield me from your scorn, or die in painful ecstasy. Like the rose, you hide your sting, where your petals lure. Vain advances do I bring, for your defense is sure. Dare I boldly pluck the rose, to house it in a crystal dome, cage the bliss where fragrance grows, and never let the tendrils roam? No rude hand your stem shall score, to mew up blooms sublime. Rose of Cleftlands, evermore upon my arbor climb.
When the Cleftlands come to battle, when we take up sword and shield, when our foemen trembling see us, knowing we shall never yield, who among them would not reckon? Who can blame them if they turn? Knowing we bear with our army strength to make the waters burn, like a rain of fiercest fire, as a river all aflame. We're to muster foemen tremble, know ye well the Cleftlands name. We care not one whit for glory, we've come not to claim renown, but to serve our noble barony, serve the oak and serve our crown, and to do all things with honor, twin born with our warriors' might, then to share with daylight's foemen, campfire's friendship come the night. Like a rain of fiercest fire, as a river all aflame, we're to muster foemen tremble, know ye well the Cleftlands name. Winds of war will slacken, peace prevailing o'er the land, but for now we're called to battle, weapons firmly ta'en in hand. Bend your bows, take up your scrutay, proudly bear your fencer's steel, show them what your hearts are made of, let them taste of mid-rim zeal. Like a rain of fierce fire, as a river all aflame, we're to muster foemen tremble, know ye well the Cleftlands name.